Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the NFL version of ProLine, live from Las Vegas. I'm John Cranton, joined by Harvard Barnhart. We're going to take a look at Week 16 of the NFL season, coming down the home stretch. We got three teams, three big games this weekend to look at. In the AFC, you got three teams that are really vying for two wild card playoff spots in the Steelers, Chiefs, and the Jets. We're going to take a look at one of those teams this weekend. In fact, let's start right off with this Patriots-Jets game. Harvard, it's an AFC East battle here. You got the Patriots about a 3-point favorite. Totals come down a little bit to 45.5. The weather for Sunday in East Rutherford, possible showers, 10 to 15 mile an hour wind, 40% chance of rain. And really, it's the age-old battle here between these teams, offense against defense in recent years. Tom Brady, 33 touchdowns, 6 picks. His team has won 2 in a row, one of the top offensive teams in the game. And you get this Jets defense that is so strong up front. So how do you see it? Do you see home field defense or coaching as being a big difference?
All I see is Gronk down the middle, and no one's covering him. The safeties are nowhere to be found.
Well, that's what happened the first game.
Yeah, I mean, and he happens almost every game. I mean, why can't they cover Gronk? I mean, like, what? He's, they don't know they got to put somebody on him. Danny Amendola, he's back, and Gronk's back, and everybody's getting more healthy. And, we used to talk about the offensive line. Well, now, no matter if it was 3 replacements, those 3 replacements been playing week after week after week. And, the thing I like is the Jets, they had a shot in game 1, or when they played in week 4. They lost 30-23.
So they should have won the game.
Yeah, they could have, and they kept it respectable. And like you said, this time of year, when it's getting cold and weather comes in, you got to really look at the defense. And, the Jets, number 6 in yards, number 6 in points allowed. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, man, this guy is coming of age. Another Harvard guy. I love that. 26 touchdowns. And he just last week threw his first interception in 4 weeks. That's good. Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker, they seem to provide what's needed. And Revis, he's got to get his secondary just spying on this Gronk and stuff. Now, this is something when you can't figure out, and this is a tough one to figure out if you just look at New England -3. What you need to do, or at least what I do, is I go out of the box. I say, what would the line be if it's 3 in New York? What would it be on a neutral field? All right, on a neutral field, it would be New England -6. Okay, what would it be if they played in New England? Well, it would be -9 or 10. And I'm like, can anybody beat a 9 or 10 point favorite? So I had to look at that just to get myself to say no. So if -3 equals -9 at New England, then I'm going to be forced to take, even though it looks like a short number, I'm going to be forced to take the Jets plus the 3. And there is an old adage, and it only works in the NFL. When you walk up, and of course you guys that do it on the phones, that's one thing, or if you do it online, the computer, that's one thing. If you're flying to Vegas every week and you're going up to the window, that's what I'm talking about. When I walk up to the window at my sports book, and if it makes me want to throw up to make a bet, I know I'm on the right side. And the Jets only getting 3 at home makes me want to puke, so I know I'm on the right side. So let's take the Jets plus the 3 points.
All right, well, the Jets have covered 4-0-1 spread run. The underdog has been these last 5 games, and that has been the New York Jets. Patriots have been very good in New York, 12-4 against the spread over 16 years, and the road team is 5-2-1 ATS. This is a difficult matchup for the Patriots offense. They're not going to be able to run the football at all. They can't really run it anyway. And against this Jets defensive line, I don't think they're even going to try. So you're going to see a lot of short, quick passes from Brady. And then this Jets offense, much upgraded from a year ago, with Fitzpatrick having a very solid season here. 26 touchdowns, 12 picks, 2 talented targets to throw to. The total here has come down a little bit from 45.5. The one variable in this is the Patriots' defense has been very strong all season long. That's the way I'm going to look at this game. I mean, they can stuff the run, which is what the Jets want to do. They like a balanced offense. They like to establish that run with Chris Ivory, who's not having a great year with about 4 yards per carry. And the Patriots' run defense is terrific, and their secondary, too. Young, a lot of unknown guys back there, but they've been solid. I look at this as a defensive game, especially factoring how much is at stake between these teams. Jets battling for that wild card. A lot of people I hear saying, well, Belichick wants to rest guys down the stretch. That's not the way he does business. Guys are 80%. Even in Week 16, he's going to throw them out there. He wants to win every game. He wants to secure the number one seed. So I see both defenses showing up. You got lousy weather conditions here, 40% chance of rain. I think it's going to be a defensive battle, so that's how I'll look at this one. All right, we got another game going on Sunday. The Arizona Cardinals are hosting the Green Bay Packers. Boy, what a great matchup this is. The Packers suddenly hot after that midseason slump, playing exceptionally well, helped out by the miracle in Detroit. They're on a 4-1 straight up in ATS run. And, they're not scoring. They are scoring a lot of points, but they're not doing it with yards. Hard to believe. Aaron Rodgers, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, great season. The Green Bay offense only 20th in yards, 26th in passing the football, and this is a tough test, Harvard. Why is this Green Bay offense so weak in statistics when normally they're top 5?
You know what? I had to maybe triple check to make sure that I saw that Green Bay was 26 in passing.
Yeah, amazing.
Now, granted, maybe number 26 all the way through 16th, they're separated by 10 yards per game on the average or something like that. But when I looked at Carson Palmer versus Aaron Rodgers, he's got almost 1,100 to 1,200 more yards passing, which is about 70 yards per game. That's a lot of, when you're talking about two premier passers. If I just put in the same sentence Carson Palmer versus Aaron Rodgers, you wouldn't think there would be that big of a difference. So let's look at the offense. If Arizona's got a huge advantage on offense with the passing game, what's offered by Arizona defensively? Well, they're number 3 against the pass. Or actually, they're number 4 against the run. They're number 6 in points allowed, and they're number 7 in total yards. And Arizona, on the other hand, on offense, they're number 3 in passing. So, Carson Palmer, he's much better than Aaron Rodgers this particular season. The defense doesn't even come close. I think Arizona's so much better on the defensive side of the ball. I think that against the run, the only thing that they've been trying to do is stop Eddie Lacy and James Starks. I don't think that they're going to be able to do that. The Arizona, I guess everybody has something to play for, but you wonder, does Arizona? Yeah, if they win this game, they get the first round in the bye. They get that week off. What did they do last week? They had a good test last week. A lot of sharp people were betting Philly last week. They crushed Philly. I think it was like 40-13 or something like that. So I'm going to go at home. Arizona's 5-1 at home. So basically, you're asking them to win the game by a little bit of a margin, which I think they can. And I think that Arizona, I love the coach. I love the chemistry. I love what they're doing. Fitzgerald has got, and Carson Palmer. It just seems like they have that chemistry and that maturity this year, and I think they've found themselves. And you know what? This is a redemption of that season for the last 2 years. A couple of years ago, they had a great record, didn't make the playoffs. Then they got hurt with Palmer, and he was out last year. Now everything seems to be going right, and I think they're just going to keep focused on that tunnel vision, playing at home, playing in the desert, and I think that they're going to just wear out Green Bay in an offensive fest.
Yeah, Arizona's just been dynamite. They haven't been covering games at home, 0-4 against the spread, but as you mentioned, this is a very short number here, 4-point home favorite for Arizona. Carson Palmer, just an electric season, 32 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I think it was 2 years ago he had almost as many interceptions as TDs, like 23-22 ratio, so I was thinking, well, maybe he's washed up, but clearly not. He's healthy, he's got tremendous targets to throw to, and this is one of the best offenses in the NFL. Road trip here for Green Bay. The thing about the Packers that bothers me is Mike McCarthy, he wants to go with the running game. He's done that all year long. We're going to go with Eddie Lacy. We're going to give him carries. We're going to get him balanced. That's a big part of why their offensive statistics, other than scoring, are taking a step back. I can't quite agree with that. I think he should unleash the best quarterback in the game. Try to be more like Arizona, one of the top passing teams in the league. And the way I'm going to look at this game, it's relatively indoors here in Arizona. 2 incredible passing attacks. So you got no weather conditions. I think it's going to be a really good offensive show with all the talented wide receivers. Arizona's an up-tempo offense. Green Bay can be, especially if they get behind. So if I see Arizona with that passing game going up 10-0, that's a perfect situation because then Green Bay has to unleash the hounds and try and throw more, and then you got an offensive show. Green Bay, in the month of December, 7-3 over the total. A lot of those games are in the cold, windy conditions in Wisconsin, which is not the case here. And then Arizona at home, indoors here, 5-2 over the total. I'm going to look at an offensive show, both teams getting over 30 points.